180 by 2. Lots of people will try and understand this in their own way. But 180 by 2 stands for 90 minutes. In the township, we've got so many sports that are taking place. And here in Soweto, football is the number one most important game of the day.
We didn't have much resources, we didn't have kits, we didn't have training equipment. Even now we don't have a proper ground to train, but I'm trying my best every day that we become a best soccer team in Gauteng.
My name is untold. I'm a sport coordinator of Cosmo City Junior Primary. I'm also a coach for ladies soccer. Our school is a very big school. We have overcrowded classes, but on top of that, we are trying by all means to push the sports in the school, especially the netball, soccer, and the athletics. We are also planning to add something like a tennis ball and chess. But our main problem, we don't have facilities. You will never believe that our soccer team, they always train at the tennis court. In our school, we only have a tennis court. We don't have a big space, but after all, we are winning. We are the winning team, especially soccer boys under 11 and under 13. It is a winning team in our class that they know us. Whenever we are having games, winter games or summer games, we always win. We are number one school. Our biggest challenge is only facilities, and we also have challenges in classrooms academically because of crowding. We have kids that are more than 2,000, and the school is only allocated for learners who are 1,800, but we are more than 2,000, close to 3,000. So imagine, we also have the biggest class in the country that has 112 learners.
Thank you so much, Sakina. Where we're standing right now, we are standing at in Cosmo City. And we're at a school that the minister went to last year, and it is almost split into two. It's called Cosmo Primary and also Cosmo Preparatory School. And I want to show you what we're seeing right now. I'm going to ask my camera colleague Kwazi Manzi to show you what we're literally looking at. These are literally the scenes of almost chaos that we're seeing at the school. Last year, the school had a capacity of less than 2,000 children. So it could not even accommodate 2,000 children, but it had more than 2,400 children that were registered, that were in the school, that had been accepted in the school. And we know that at that point, the minister had said that she would give the school capacity. But you're seeing hordes and hordes of parents coming here with their kids, with their children, hoping to get their children registered. And I'm going to speak to some of the parents that have been affected by this, Sakina, and I will speak to you a little bit later in the show about it. But just very quickly, here's one of
Now, what we are going to be showing you in this documentary is how football can be escalated from grassroots to top-flight commercial football.
FIFA's core mission is to develop football everywhere and for all. One way the world governing body of football delivers on this promise is through its performance program. Sharing expert knowledge and improving standards in professional administration and football development. FIFA listens to its members and works with them to address their specific needs. From finding sponsors and improving financial management to staff development and organizing commercially viable competitions.
Hi, my name is Solomon Mate from
former Orlando Pirates player. Thank you.
How has the reception been like when you go home and they see you and you're an ambassador of where you come from? You know, how has the reception been, and you're doing initiatives like this? What do they say when they see you, and how do they connect with you better?
Yeah, to be honest with you, the reception I got from the guys when I arrived at Pirates, it was great. Considering that I wasn't born around Soweto. But lucky enough, I was encouraged by Pirate supporters. There was a guy called Umzayoni. He used to be a #1 supporter for Pirates. So
Kananjalo.
Yeah. So you know, the likes of Abul Kuli, Abu Piri played for Pirates, and they also it was also a motivation. I also wanted to be one of the states of Pirates. And being an ambassador for the Zota Kosa Foundation, it because also the Zota Kosa Foundation, it helps a lot of kids in terms of discipline, in terms of focusing on their education and sports. Because now a lot of kids are involved in doing like alcohol, teenage pregnancies. Some they don't finish school. So with us going there and motivate them, and when they see us, you know, kids, a lot of people, they tend to listen to people they like, especially soccer players. So for us as Zota Kosa, going to schools and talking to those kids, it helps them a lot. And I appreciate being part of Zota Kosa Foundation.
The thing is, the landscape is very large, and what is important for us to understand is if we want to see our talents being identified, we need to become the difference makers by making sure they have access to opportunities and talent scouts.
We don't have qualified linesmen or referees. You know, we can't afford to have any external people to come in and pay them to referee or to linesman, the linesman, of the event.
My name is Mpumi Dlamini, and today we are at the CTM Sports Center together with our local churches within the Church of the Nazarene. I'm part of the Nazarene Youth Committee within the Soweto Zone, and so today we are here with some of our local churches to play a soccer league as well as a netball league with the idea that we can bring our young people together through sports.
Powerful. And what support have you been given currently, and who are the contributing partners to make sure this happens?
Okay, so first and foremost, it's been this has come together through our local church teams, where we've engaged youth leaders within the local churches to see if they can bring their local teams together. Then together we come together into this initiative. We also have Tango he's the one who came up with the idea, so we came on board to support that. And obviously I think we are so grateful to the guys from the CTM Sports Center here in Unearthed, who have this wonderful facility for people within the Soweto area to come through and bring the young people together and play all sorts of sports. I mean, they've got a great soccer pitch, they've got a netball area as well, which I think is something that's really great, and that can further help our young people to get off the streets and come together to sports.
With so many of these camps, being known to be kind of bogus, I think the first thing, before we even get to anything, is to ask, are you a bogus camp?
Mr. Jordan appeared behind me at the Johannesburg Specialized Commercial Crimes Court, sitting in Palm Ridge. He appeared alongside SAFA's Chief Financial Officer, Hroni Hluyo, and businessman Trevor Neethling. Now, all three face 3 counts of fraud, 3 counts of theft, and 1 of conspiracy to commit fraud. It goes back to 2017 and 2019 when Mr. Jordan hired Neethling's communications firm to clean up his public image. At the time, Mr. Jordan was facing a rape allegation. Mr. Jordan hired Grit Communications, which is owned by accused number 2, Mr. Trevor Neethling, to clean up his public image. However, the Hawks say this was not an expense for the South African Football Association, but a personal expense to Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan is also accused of hiring a private security firm, also for his personal benefits and not of the association. Now, the 3 men have been granted 20,000 rand bail, and the matter returns to court on the 5th of December. In the affidavit, they've all implied that they intend on pleading not guilty.
Okay, so my name is Sinete Mbankosi. I'm from Muflo North, Church of the Nazarene. So we came here to, it's a soccer and netball tournament, but obviously I was playing netball. And I guess we came to enjoy. We came to develop relationships, even amongst the churches. And yeah, we just came to have fun, man. Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say as a community is required to support girls' sports? Because a lot of guys get support in their sports. What do you feel should be done in the community so that it could be a balance?
I think women's sports should also be prioritized in as much as male sports is prioritized, because really, I think, I don't know, these things are quite equal. They really are quite equal, and it's not really fair that it is the male sports that is getting more support. So I really feel like more support, more coming to women's sports games, more cheering on the women, just letting them know that like we see that you guys are doing something. We see your sports. Well. Yes. Develop more resources for the women as well, just so the gender equality can also be a thing, yes.
And what do you feel as an aspiring athlete? Like, the scouts are not really here. How do you think we can best get them? How do you think that we can market this to the community better? I think just to let people know that there is something this beautiful, because this really, this gathering was really a beautiful gathering, right? So I think just to let people know that there is this gathering, for people to engage as well, for people to participate, just let people know what is happening. I think if people could know what the depth of this beautiful gathering, people would definitely come. Yeah.
Let me say a special word of thanks to the Sports Trust, which works with the Sports and Recreation South Africa to bridge the gap, building sports facilities so that more South Africans, especially in the communities that were previously excluded, they can eventually have access to the sport opportunities. The Sports Trust is a non-profit organization established jointly by the private and the public sectors in 1994. They provide sporting kit and equipment and build or upgrade the sports facilities in disadvantaged and rural schools in order to enhance education through sport. That's what we're trying to do. You are a disadvantaged community, a disadvantaged school. We are trying to enhance education by putting this facility.
The infrastructure is a mess, and this is a reality we are all familiar of. We need to make sure that every stakeholder involved can be able to contribute to something that can be accountable. Now, check this out.
Over 10 years ago, a group of friends were sitting together, wondering how they can play their part in trying to change the world and pay it forward and make South Africa a better place for the black child. And Raising Giants came about.
We are here today because Rising Giants is handing over a sports facility that has been upgraded for both the college and the community to use for the benefits of the students and the community members, to upgrade and to take their level of sports to a next level so that they can be seen.
The work that went into this field is great.
making sure that these lines are straight, every angle is gotten straight, making sure that it is clean and ready today for the event. It's been a humbling experience. It's been a long journey.
Want the community to own the facilities that have been upgraded and make sure that you appreciate what has been done here. It's yours. You need to own it. You need to make sure that you take care of it.
The reason why, as RGO, we made the decision, Hore, we want to be involved in changing the lives of South African youth, is because even though there are disparities, we believe it is possible. It is possible for us to change the narratives, especially if our youth make sure that they take their role as future leaders.
In every single society, in every single community, without development programs, you will not have heroes, you will not have legends. So everything is an ecosystem that depends on everybody to participate at every level, from coach, from player to community.
But I'm happy to be here, rural as it is, but I see some development, and I said, no, this is what we want in our community.
We've got facilities, we'll be receiving what we call another staff, your training kits and training equipment. It's going to massively improve our standards so that we can improve. And
I would like to thank RGO and NLC for giving us this jersey, because we've been struggling to have playing jersey as well as training equipment, because without training equipment it's been very difficult for us to conduct our training sessions. But with the help of RGO and NCL, our training sessions from now on are going to be of a higher standard than they were before.
Okay, ribbon cutting, it will be led by E2 from RGO.
A healthy mind need a healthy body.
We like to thank the organization for such a sport that we are not exposed to. It's the beginning of the sports here in Mankwe, and they're receiving some uniform, some new balls, and the guys are having a great time.
If you cannot utilize this, then you are digging your own grave, because the college, the community, stakeholders have made it possible for you to have a platform in order for you to showcase your talent. So it's up to you.
How are you, Mr. Mandla?
I'm good. How are you, Mr.
All good, all good.
Thank you, man.
Just introduce yourself for the viewers and the audience at home so they can get to know you.
Okay. Wow, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Mandlenkosi Mzotane, South Africa, and I'm a soccer coach here at Zodo Koza Foundation, Group Phase 1. So I basically develop abantwana abadlala ibhola through training. Physical training, exercises, and books. So because of we have to develop them mentally, physically. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm actually on
bongaboni ukuthi ngahlanga April bongaboni ukuthi hey lo muntu ngathi zamshila yeah bongaboni
we will then make everyone understand ukuthi masela, this is home foot. there might be rules umntwana ozobuyela nawo ekhaya athi no but etimini bathe we don't do this and this, why are we doing this slide whole? We understand. So if singaba nje lapho sibe ama parents, take our players as a community, not really as players. Take these boys as tomorrow's fathers, tomorrow's boyfriends, tomorrow's whoever. Kusasa kuzobe amadoda. You know, if singabathatha nje kanjalo and sibaphe that opportunity nabo babe ne voice. Sazi ukuthi bafunane, because of mina I believe in talent magli raw phela is potential until only refine to is skill as well round and make a player out of it.
So for some time now, you know, we've been seeing how talent, you know, will continue to incubate, will continue to create programs for the kids, but there's still no movement in terms of them joining clubs or all of that stuff. What do you think can be done in our communities to be able to support this type of initiative?
I think the first crucial thing right here is if Singatola is support from parents, because of talent is not enough, and we are coaches, we are trying, you manage the center, you are trying, but parents don't come through to see what's going on and where we can help each other. I think if Singa involve the whole community, especially parents, bazokwazi ukwazi ukuthi abantwana babo benzani, why are they doing that, so bazokwazi ukufaka necessary help, because of we need them, we need parents to be involved, because of they carry the key, they have the energy, they carry the energy for these kids. They are the heroes. Alabantwana laba, they live to impress their parents, and they do their best. Ne? Only for them ukuthi babe discouraged ukuthi I'm a star, but not even my mom or my uncle or whoever is cheering for me.
Support, nothing.
You see, and as for financial support, sometimes we just need your presence. Just motivate the kid. Mani ubuyele endlini ithi ingane ubonile ngikore kanjani or ubonile ngiblock kanjani a goal from being scored. Just performance, so a life iqhubeke. That can really put us good position yokuthi abantwana bethu banga develop right, and then babakwazi kuya kwamanye ama teams, because of okwamanje abekho fit kuya kwamanye ama teams. There's issues of discipline. Just as simple thing as discipline. You see, so leyo nto leyo idinga sidile ngayo before siya phambili with kids, because of the talent is here, the support is here, but we really need parents involved, because abantwana babo and abantwana babo kuba umthwalo kithi, because some of these kids have anger from home. So if my parents are seduzane, it's easy, man, to survive this world, because of
then it makes it relatable, because now they can put it in a particular scenario, and then it helps them carry into trying to perfect something, into being competitive, healthy competitiveness. Yeah. So let's look at, in terms of some of the challenges that you face whilst you're starting these types of programs and you're building these type of young leaders of tomorrow. What are some of the challenges?
Let's go now. 25 goals, 2 games. Impressive. Ukoni play one, he scored 9 goals.
It's no secret that the participation in the child's development has a lot of absence of parent participation. We have one parent here with us at the Zotokoza Foundation who's active in participating in the development and advancement of her child in sports, especially, notably, soccer.
Today, I visited ndibuya esikolweni mina ufuna amaripoti abantwana oyiwana ngamanga kahle, so into akude ngayo i-sport ne-art, so kunokuthi ahlale phansi, so ngifuna you do something ayenzayo ayiphiwe, because omunye asiphwanga ukufana, omunye uphiwe umsebenzi wezandla, omunye uphiwe ibhola, whatever, so asifana singaba yi-5, omunye abengudoctor, omunye abe, so yiko ndizele umntana ukuthi at least into akude ngayo yi-sports, so kunokuthi ahlale ngicela ukuthi aqhubeke nebhola lakhe, because abantwana into abayenzayo manje bayabhema, sekunama-drugs, so bayazibulala nje abantwana zenzeni izinto so ngingumzali ngilwela ukuthi at least bangafani nathi thina like mina andikhulanga the way ekufuneka khona abazali bebengekho eduze kwami but ngaleso sikhathi kodwa ndiye ndema ndithi andinandawo umama uhambe ndisesemncane but ndim namhlanje I'm strong ngako lokho if mama mhlambe ekhona ngeke unspoilile lenzi into ezirong but lokho ndiyabonga ngoba khona manje ndiyakhona ukuzenzela kumanje I'm caregiver now aname tricky but bengikade abonesa bebesebenza eBhara right now ndifunde ukuningi medicertificate next month ngoJanuary esokucaregiver because andifundanga abanye abantu ayibana kafundanga but ukufunda akutsho nix nengqondo yemvelo ephumthixo uyakhona uyisebenzisa uba ufuna ukwenza leyo nto uNkulunkulu kuyakhona uqhubeke uye phambili ingakho today ndikhona la ndizele ngendaba yokuthi umntana ngathi naye angafunda angazinyatsi because izinto zibaningi omnyagcine ethi wenza into wrong ngoba ubani bemclasha ukuthi why wenza so but into yenza ungajonga ukuthi ubani ngeke wenze the next yenza the way uNkulunkulu akuphe ngakhona if unengqondo yemvelo isebenzise ungayi ngokuthi ngoba asifani esikolweni ngimpushile ukuthi aye esikolweni but esikolweni akakhona ukukhopha esikolweni because wathola ingozi yemoto but naloko asifani but you do something uThixo amphe yona ngenye imini uzoqhubeka wahlala ngichazela ukuthi obaba owakha izindlu but imali iyafana nalowa osebenza ebhenki nalowa owakhe indlu masibeka imali la imali into eyi-1 number 2 kukho unesi kukho uthisha kukho umama osebenza oncedayo like eJartin but naye same imali nalowa muntu into eyi-1
and sport as one of the basic tools whereby kids can be attracted, and while they are here, they begin to develop dreams. They begin to see different things. We all throw all these desires into one dish, and we say, this one, being good in soccer, she also has a talent in this. We update it, and then lastly, we talk to people, our wellness programs. I'm here as a chaplain of the foundation, is to bring spiritual enhancement, the spiritual empowerment of all of them, so that they can be able to stand all criticisms of some sort. As you are explaining that people are talking names, they are giving names and so on. With that, we say you are created in the image of God, and you are wonderfully and fearfully created. God didn't make a mistake by creating this being that you are. And He has wired you in such a way that you will be good in that field. You will do best in this one. On this one, you will need ZKF. On that one, you will need somebody to assist you, to build you up. But on this, you are 100% qualified. And this is what we do here. Every person who comes here must walk out a well-developed person, emotional intelligence, well-balanced, mentally, very much ready to can face any situation. You are at the right place, man.
Ngicela ukuzibika ukuthi igama ngumandla Nkosi Mzotani ngiyajabula ukuba la as a KF Foundation. Mama ngiphethe ibhola la ekhaya. Directly ngusoccer coach ye-soccer. Sinama division I4. Sinama under 11, under 13, under 15, and under 17. And that's because of this after school program. So wonke ama-players eso-accommodate should be at school. Into engithandile as usho ukuthi umntwana onama-challenges esikolweni, but this center i-accommodator everyone as ubaba bekasho, even isebenzisana nazo iy'nkolo. Iqiniso ukuthi thina ma-Afrika mama sine-problem yokukhuluma. Umenshine igama elithi stand.
Yes.
Lelo gama lelo umuntu lo-understandayo limuyisa i-image kwaphela.
Exactly.
Yes. So mina as a parent when uze la ngijabulela ukuthi for a change. Umzali ohambela umntwana phambili entweni ifuna umntwana not umntwana ukuthi abantwana because siloko siza mabazali ukuthi basondele bazo understand ukuthi abantwana siba develop kanjani. but if abazali angeke babenefite direct into abazoyizela la bayibona ngathi useless. So mina ngijabulela ukuthi uyazi ukuthi mawuphuma la awuzuphuma nemali yomntwana or certificate somntwana, but uzophuma nethemba nempilo, uzobuyela emuva umazisa umntwana ukuthi unekhaya lapha. Exactly. I-type yakho iyafuneka. Sisebenza ngeskill mama from ibhola, art, sinengadi, sinayo yonke into umfana ayidingayo. Sizikhuluma siphelele nobaba bayasi-assista, sometimes sinokulahlekelwa amamorals, but luckily kunabo baba eduzana. Yabona? So ngithi mina njengoba ngibonga ukuthi wena usisize nje usichazele ukuthi abanye abazali singababonisa kanjani lento oyibonile. Ngicela nje leyo input. Ngicabanga ukuthi sishoda ngetype efana nayo ngoba sibanjwe yiloko ukuya phambili.
I think there must be a lot of questions that you must have, but then again the young man must also be here so that we don't discuss him in his absence.
Yeah.
So let's put this together. Coach tomorrow has a match. He's going to be playing with another local team. Let him come and watch, and then after that match, he can meet his new team members, and then they can introduce him and tell him a little bit of what they do here, and then we can see exactly how we channel him, so that it doesn't end up going into the wrong path. Is that okay?
Yes.
Parental involvement is very, it's not just important, it's critical.
Our children love taking part in sport. And as parents, it's great to see the enjoyment it brings. It can help keep them healthy, teach them new skills, and introduce them to new friends. But what can parents do to keep them safe? Do you feel confident you would know if something wasn't right in your child's sport? Do you feel like you could spot poor practice or abuse? Let's take a look at an example. This is Ellie. Ellie's had an amazing summer. She's played with her friends at the local park, and her cousin even taught her how to play the guitar. She's not had much time for training though. Summer's over now, and Ellie's more determined than ever to train hard and achieve her goal of competing for her county. Her coach is being quite hard on her though, and at snack time, they take Ellie's food away from her. Ellie goes home and tells her dad what happened with her coach, but he wasn't sure whether the coach was just trying to help Ellie. This type of behaviour might not automatically make you think it's abuse. Ellie's coach didn't shout at her or hit her. But this method of challenging Ellie in front of her peers and humiliating her about her appearance is harmful. This is just one example. You might see or hear other things that make you feel like something's not quite right. Even if your child doesn't tell you something's wrong, you might notice things like changes in behaviour, a lack of interest in a sport they once loved. They might become more private or guarded, or not want to talk. Small worries like these can be signs of abuse, such as emotional, physical, or sexual abuse or neglect. That's why it's so important that parents question the things they see and hear and ask questions if they're concerned. If you do feel worried about something, big or small, speak out. Everyone has a role to play in keeping children in sport safe. Every club should have a welfare officer who you can go to and raise your concerns. You should be told who this person is and how to contact them when you join. Every club should also have rules in place about how staff should behave and how they deal with concerns. These rules are often called codes of conduct or safeguarding policies, and they should apply to everyone. You should be able to see these rules at any time. But if you're not sure, you can always speak to the NSPCC helpline. They're here to reassure you and advise you about what you should do next. The NSPCC helpline is a free service and you don't have to say who you are. Sport and physical activity should be safe for all children to enjoy, and everybody is part of that. Together, we can keep children safe in sport.
Sharp. Okay, yeah. Right now, the date is the 31st of December. We're going to one of the COVID games around in Soweto. It's called Msawawa. It's been staged at Protea South. during the festive season. The tournament kicks off on the 16th of December. It's going to end on the 5th of January, whereby the targeted group there is age group seniors teams open 32 teams, under 17, 18, soccer ladies team 16. So the system, the format of play, it's the point system. As it goes to top 8, then it becomes a knockout system. So teams that are coming from, they're coming from almost all the province. You'll find teams from KZN, teams from Bloemfontein. So there is that excitement during this time, because one, these tournaments, they also help these aunties or gogos who are selling in the soccer fields. They, at the end of the day, they are able to put bread on the table for their grandchildren, and everybody is there. It's got a social positive impact within the community whereby these games are around, because one, the crime rate goes down, no loitering, everybody. Then the challenge, it will be maybe the soccer field, find, there's no parking, many things that other people, they can't see properly. They even climb on top of the buildings to look at the soccer. These
it gets very full. It's got a lot of support.
It's got a lot of support, full to capacity. Because during festive, everybody is at home. So
and who funds this? Is it self-funded? Is it government-funded? Is it sponsored?
One, it goes with the people who are the organizing committee. Like, I will make an example with one of the tournament, this Msawawa and Kwamahlong. The committee there is very active, one, because you find MTN is involved, CLC is involved. Then the government will come in with help with your soccer kit, your medals, and your trophies, But in order for teams to participate, they need to pay a certain amount, because at the end of the day, there must be incentives, your trophies, your medals, and the money, because there are a match official that must be paid, transport for the teams. You understand, most of the 8.8% of teams, they don't have sponsors. These are, we're talking about amateur teams. That at the end of the day, maybe the chairman or the owner of the team must go and buy kits and cater for players to eat. You'll find maybe in a day or in a week, these teams, they will be playing 4 games. So it's taking a toll.
It's strenuous.
Yeah, it's strenuous.
Now, how do these players then get into professional football, or is this where their careers end?
Some. That's where the platform is, where the scouts come, where they're being scouted. Some, you look at, there are teams that people who have been playing professional soccer, they come here and play. This is where other people, they've got a chance to see them, because some didn't saw them during their playing careers. They saw them only on TV, but especially these under 11, 12, when they see these ex-professional players, it's excitement for them that I saw and so. Right now we've got maybe the household name, a guy who's never been in professional. They call him Blackberry. You go everywhere. Blackberry, he's a brand himself now. You understand? He's a brand himself. So all these little ones, when Blackberry is there, after the game, the match, they want to see themselves holding the hand of Blackberry, shaking their hand. So this is all about excitement, especially for our youth, that we need to take care of. These kids under 12, 11, 9, they are there is for development, for our future development. So, but what we like about this team is their behavior and discipline that is there within them. I think that's one thing positive that I have seen that's happening.
And looking at Mpukwini, like, I've seen how Philly's games is now on Super Sport. What other different innovations have been brought to the game? Like, is there security? Are they supply chain relationships that can be done? Do they still have to apply for JOC and things like that?
Yeah, you see, when the event it's at a certain magnitude, maybe a high risk, maybe we'll say category A or category B. That's where you need to involve whereby your security, your medics must be there, the local councillor, your local station commander, they need to be aware of this because there are a lot of people, anything can happen. You see, we cannot say no, there's nothing's going to happen, but it's maybe it's a high risk event. So joke it's a must for them. Joke it's a must for security reasons.
And in terms of, you mentioned like Amokoko, they're selling there and stuff. This creates a lot of opportunities in the economy for promoting township economy. How do people get involved with the supply chain? Do they come presented by the Department of Sports, or they just come by themselves and they make sure they just have their certificate of acceptability so they can be able to sell, or how does it work?
No, you see, these who are selling, they come by themselves. I think there must be what you call a stakeholders meeting, whereby these cocos, they need to be workshopped and be told when they sell for people. Right now, you understand, we are from here in Soweto, we're coming, like in October, we're coming in a scene whereby 5 kids passed away with these foods which we don't know what is happening. And it spread from Soweto to East Rand, your South Corridor, all this. So I think that there is a need where the Department of Environment, the Department of Health must come on board and workshop our grannies. Whoever at the end of, not grannies, whoever who's selling at the end of the day, people need to be workshopped.
Power. So this thing, as it's being done in Soweto and it's bringing together so many different communities, it also creates this thing of exposure. And as a Department of Sports, Recreation and Arts and Culture, how does this become a flagship for you? And what support do you guys need from community stakeholders to make sure this thing can be amplified?
The Department of Sports, Arts and Culture and Recreation, you must remember we partner with local stakeholders, your federations, your association, your faith-based organization, your NPO, you name them. But ours, there is a director that deals specially with talent identification, because we do have an academy, you see, whereby these kids need to be taken. It's a pity, it's just that the most popular sport in the township is soccer. But you must remember, we do have again your swimming, your table tennis, whereby we can identify in the communities talent. It can't be only a school sport, but with us on the ground, then we are able to say, oh, that's why these things they start saying, here's a good play. From here, what do we do? You see, then we start engaging our stakeholders. Guys, no, here's a talent. Because as a department, that's one of our part of talent identification. Yeah.
My name is Jabulani Mtaung. We are at Sawawa Games. Today it's our final day. We are at Protea South grounds, Soweto. We're celebrating 6 years with the tournament with the same sponsor, Midway Pedida Cup. The tournament is good, everything is well, everything is you can see is happy about that. And also we thank to City of Joburg to accommodate us with everything that they did for us. They can even continue to do that. You know, so far we're planning big, and we also still need more sponsors to come and support them. Sawawa Games. Sawawa Games is a big brand in our local kasi at Protea South, and we need more teams to come enjoy themselves. And also we have the team from Mozambique, I think, Mozambique. It's Safari. They playing final with Toronto students. So we need more supporters to come and see the game today.
My name is Balisa Shamane and I am a social media administrator from Sawawa Community Games. This tournament, one thing I would say about it, it's actually giving back to the community. Giving back to the community doesn't actually mean the fact that we're going to go door to door, give a certain parcel. However, this will help the community by helping them sell. If you sell, that's how we give back to you. Actually, this is to create more opportunities for people to have an income.
And
participating from Sawawa Community Games, usually they happen in December at Sawawa Festive. Actually, it was supposed to be in Sawawa Festive, however, we call them Sawawa Games. They actually happen during the festive season, whereby we give out invitations, and on the page of Sawawa Games, there will be an invitation for you to be able to join the tournament. There will be an invitation that will show all the details, then you'll be able to join. Actually, this helps the youth to be distracted from a lot, especially during the festive season. That's where we get the youth drinking a lot, the youth participating in a lot of different things. So with this community games, we help them get distracted, which is we save more of the youth from all yes,
the negative thing.
The negative stuff.
It's what I was talking about.
Sure.
You know, we saying to the people that have got a business, come out there and give us a support. We are a non-profit organization, so what we're doing our best to show the community what we're doing.
And love.
And love. So we want to see ourselves exploring, going out and getting more teams outside international. Already we have one from Zim, which is it's a safari. They're playing a final with the Toronto student. And I mean, you know what? It was amazing. This is going to be amazing final.
And the football is quality. What I'm seeing is the football is quality.
That's great, man.
There's lots of talent identification. There's a lot.
Also, I like to thank to the sponsors, man. What they did for the Sawawa Games, it shows that, you know what, they knows what they get their businesses, and we are grateful for whatever that they doing for us. So even the mazin banga katani fetu. And we want to see ourselves grow, and we want to see ourselves helping the youth out there to show them the case with this thing they can do it, you know, and it helps a lot of youth in terms of amateur tracks. Look at the crowd, bro. You can't believe. We do things together.
Yeah.
We organize this event the way you see.
It's Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Yeah, it's J&Q. Yeah, it's J&Q.
Okay.
We are the biggest couple and I propose a ground.
What?
2022.
No, so you're building your empire here.
I'm building the empire.
So, I mean, obviously we've been doing this Kasi to Kasi documentary, and in finding a lot of the challenges in grassroots programs and the grassroots development side, I felt it on a calling to accept a request to become marketing and communications coordinator for SALTA, which is a youth development sports club and talent development incubator. And what I want to basically do is organically, I'm not necessarily educated in this structure, but I do know how to create content, I do know how to communicate, so I'll see what we can do exactly. And you know, understanding that grassroots really needs an overhaul in our country, and we need to be able to take things into a broader perspective where talent can meet support, where support can platform opportunity, and where opportunity can guide behavior and establish a functional behavior for the talent to prosper. So, you know, I mean, we're here at the Zotokoza Foundation where the documentary started, and we've come to the end of Kasi to Kasi. And what's important is we need to understand that we can't just tell the story. We need to involve ourselves in the development in order to see the change. We've seen how things can start. We've seen how the children and the youth actually require active participation in these initiatives. And I mean, you have agencies and representatives and organizations that are taking advantage of people whereby everybody's signed on a particular roster. I won't say particular names, but they're signed on a particular roster, and when they need to get transferred or when they need to get acquired by a team, they need to pay somebody who has never contributed to that development. So these are things that we need to start taking to the people who are managing these organizations and saying, you are doing a disservice to these people. Why is it so hard to register our tournaments? Why is it so difficult to regulate the industry that is supposed to develop talent in South Africa? So, and I'm sure it's not just with football, I'm sure it's with multiple sports. But I won't go on a rant because that's not the point of this conversation. The functional responsibility of us as community builders and community members is to make sure that our kids are not doing drugs. And as a recovering drug addict, I take these callings and these call to actions very sensitively, because if we do not get involved, our children will repeat our mistakes. And you know, at every single given moment, it is our responsibility and our duty as those who are walking the grounds of those who are coming after us to make sure that their lives can be better.
I love this game. I feel like I'm important. I feel like I'm a coach. Yeah, I feel like I'm carrying the future of South Africa in my hands. Angithi sizaletha abanye abantwana babuyise iWorld Cup like high. Abomkhulu bethu bazobe sebakugile ngoba ba-investe kithi. So nathi si-investe ebantwaneni. So abantwana bazokhula nayo lento yala ekhaya kakhoza. Siyabonga sibude ukuba nathi even ube active physically, and these boys I'm sure ukuthi they picked up a lot from you just ngalama few minutes was spent nabo. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. I'll forever be grateful for this one.
They are the relevant sports journalists that tell the story of the young people where they are, because nobody remembers grassroots from Umpukweni. They will only remember you when you're wearing a badge. So I think the greater badge that all of us and all of those sports players who have made it to top flight football need to remember is that they need to plow back into these grassroots. They need to really actually have a cognitive epiphany and actually start understanding Oguti Mpumala, and I need to make sure that these kids also have a chance.